crazy the best player in the league is really good at some of these champions. Yeah, but no, I do. I think he has been great, but I think it's also the playstyle that it offers is, hey, early on in their games, G2 traditionally like to stick Caps on the sideline and just say, hey, farm it up, become a dubs and all that. But without having Baron available until 25 minutes, oftentimes you can set up for a Dragon Soul about 23 minutes into the game and not have to worry about it. Sheo, though, is here.
The all-in is there, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. As Cap flashes away, I think I broke the screen for you. In the meantime, Cap flashes over the wall. He escapes for now. Skewmon tries to help out. It's a phone to the face as Labrov is still going to get rooted up. Great little grasp and a first blood to boot for Team Heretics.
That was a bit of a instead, as Caps has gone for the reset. They're just going to look for a trade on opposite side of the maps and cross map, but Labrov caught a little bit.
Yeah, Stand also does good damage. Trample sets up for Sheo, but nothing more apart from setting up plans for the Dragon. Skewmon is going to be done with this pretty soon. The beauty of Mundo as well is that blunt force trauma makes it so easy as grubs go down. Dragon a little bit delayed. Health bars are decaying, but Dragon all the same.
I spoke from Hans Sama though. My boy's excited about tempo. Tempo.
And then I use the word and I'm like,
no, fine. No. I've known you for several years. I should know better. Okay.
Carlson. Hextech ultimatum. Broken Blade's in a lot of trouble. He's about to go into the Mega Nard though, and he wants to find Carlson with his own flash up and available. Broken Blade thinks, how do I pull it off? Especially with Skewmon with an infected Bonesaw sets it up. The wild growth is out and Rather sets up for infected chains. That from Sheo, and another kill going over to Team Heretics. Hookshot, walkshot yet again slows down his Skewmon. He has to pull out the maximum dosage, but how much can he drink? Onto Carlson, the ignites down and wait for the cleaver, wait for the auto, wait for the agony that's going to start burning Skewmon back into place, and a kill for him too as G2.
Yeah, starting to move into this. I think Heretics pushing that top side. Going to help, but yeah, G2 just bullying them off him at this stage. I wasn't sure how heavily Heretics wanted to try and commit to this, but they need to move Flakka down if they want to. Also, Kamilu a long way from home and trying to be able to help out, so I think they're in a bit of a disaster spot. Labrov on the flank.
Yeah, because Dagger, the Bonesaws really hurt. Sten might have to pull the ulti off, and waiting for him is Labrov. Stands up with a Shattering Strike. Broken Blade zoning off, and Sten is just dead. Free heart still and a free
5 Void Grubs for themselves with the opportunity to try and play on side lanes with Broken Blade and Caps. Heretics need to find some way to shut this down.
Well, Carlson, as he tries to neglect Broken Blade from the turret. I mean, those side lanes you mentioned are so far ahead. Well, this one, really only. 700 gold the lead as Labrov might find himself Kamilu. Under turret, Magnustorm pulls him back and he's waiting for the crash down. Here's Skewmon yet again. I was going to say Broken Blade. That was the last time we saw the Mundo outside of their splitters. Skewmon, 3 kills. And this is what the fear we had.
2 new members of G2 setting up the veterans for success.
And with Dragon taken down as well, it's just more that they're taking. 3K, now the lead. I'm going to keep measuring every thousand.
Kamilu has backed away though, so it looks like Caps just off of G2 existing. Oh,
nice flash response, yeah, because he was on a wall, but Hans Summer turns it in his favor. Unbreakable will with Skewmon right behind him, and again, fresh meat. Hans Summer will take it gleefully as Kamilu tries to poke back, but G2 again with a pick onto Sten. Means they're just opening up more.
Oh, it's a disaster. Like, even look at bot side. Oh, actually, never mind.
Oh, it happens to be Labrov's time to shine again. Cap just rolls in thanks to the Magnustorm, and Sheo in trouble. Another Heartsteel stack. Jungle Dip is what team success. This turret, as he tries to deny the cannon minion and most of the wave, is going to be yet another turret for G2. 2-0 on that.
And this is the second wave that's gone into that tower. It's the second tower that's going to fall. And now you're taking over that entire jungle too. This is an buy.
Right? At least. And there's a certain Swedish top lane who made that so important, as this guy who's suffering on CS is now getting solo killed by Broken Blade. Camilla doesn't have a turret sitting there as well, and he has to run for his life, but there is another Yordle who's very, very hungry indeed. Easy solo kill for Broken Blade. And this is no, because Broken Blade has so much of it and so many more resources, makes it just so hard to look at this game with a fresh eye.
If you had gone for a buy, I would have been like, oh, sick, Sheo trying to help out in defending bot tier 2, but because they've lost control of jungle, maybe they transition to a mid tier 2. All the while,
this is what we're going to ask for. At the very least, everyone buckle up. Why? Because Labrov's going in, and on the stand it won't be too hard to see what else he can do. Shattering Strike up to CC, and the power of Rel once again compels you. Clean from Caps, almost getting out, almost. No, he's shut down. It's a 1-for-1, which is good for Heretics. Definitely good with the way this game was going.
Okay, a little over greedy there from Rob. The stand for Caps, you'll take any day of the week. Give a bit more gold over to your squad. It won't really, I feel like, shut down G2 too much though, because Oh, actually, maybe Broken Blade goes mini, but there's nobody here to help him.
Oi, minion wave gone. Hookshot, wall shot, Hextech ultimatum. Broken Blade could be in a lot of trouble. This is Carl's moment. He's found a pick onto Broken Blade, the flush match, but he's out of range. Will get the shutdown, but Scumon's here. This is a different problem. A much, much more different problem.
I was impressed you kept going, because I stopped at Deja Vu.
Yeah. But you got to get the beat. The Euro beat is what it's all about. Now, Atacam was going down in that time.
Gene is already relatively good for them. Sten's trying to see what he can do.
Well, he's going to try, but that guy that's on the telephone, hello, it's the debt collector. And Sten just getting launched up, hard steel stacking. No, he's actually a car insurance salesman. Would you like to buy this $5,000 policy? Well, Scumon, he can sell anything. He can sell a rat to a fish right now as 2 items. He's unkillable. He's going to get passive healing uppiness, also known as health regen, as Caps. Just in a side lane, doing the same thing but by himself.
Yeah, Scumon bought this Mundo at the dip, and he's been looking fantastic ever since. Oh, hang on, the Brob. No, he's going to end up backing away. But yeah, and now Caps on the side lane. Might have to outplay.
Okay, well, I mean, Carl is the one member who's kind of strong. Gets the GA out, and there you go. False Death now gone. Also, Hans Summer steps up, and Shadow's going to live, so that's 200 more gold. Nice. That's great. Yeah. Let's see more. Passive, and just the natural healing he has is crazy. A Broken Blade sits, hits the turret, enjoys that. Now we're back up to 7,500, but all the same. 2-item lethality, 80 carry. Kind of in the name right now. Need Sheo for the setup. You talked about that. Let's see how they find it with Baron now up, holding River themselves. They get the engage. At least it's Sten who starts it off, but he's going to be hail of arrows, and he gets set up with an arrow into the face. He's dead. Hard Summer cares not about Unbreakable Will as Caps holds the rest at the forefront. Broken Blade with no Mega Nah, but no mega problems for G2. 4 versus 5. Baron looking good.
I think Heretics needed to wait for G2 to start Baron and take the damage, but now they're just in a position where I don't really know if they can recontest. 10 seconds until Sten really gets up, but you can see what I mean. This Baron does not go down quickly, so maybe Poke is the name of the game.
Well, if Scumon's behind Baron, he has an MR debuff. So that's good here for Sheo if he finds an angle. But at 5k, G2 looking for the turn, even though they're low. There is a bit of healing coming through from the Ocean Dragons. Carlson's found out. He wanted his flank, but he ain't going to get it. Pops the ulti, but Hans lives on. He was.
But I think, like, if Heretics wait until G2 start Baron, you can see they actually might have a chance, but Camilo now going to die. Yeah.
Flash match, Broken Blade. Even with the Phosphorus Bomb, there's just not. And also increased base health is 25%.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. And the fact you got unending despair as well means he's going to be healing off the healing. And
Caps with his shuriken flip. Flash away, Carlson. Wait, Carlson! I want to see it on the big movie screen, Mum! He found it!
The objective.
Scumon's going to just zone off, and of course he has natural health regen, so don't be fooled by that half HP. True Shot Rush doesn't hit a thing either, as Sten's caught out. Broken Blade about to go on Mega Nah. Sten has to disengage middle of Rob. His angle is finding anyone who tries to run. Flash from Sten just won't cut it. He gets ranged out of LeBron, takes the credit. Now for G2 as they run up mid, a dive is no problem either. Broken Blade returns to the fame of the G2 legend.
It's on the bottom side of the map. They want kind of nothing to do with this, and G2 will get the big purple worm.
Well, Baron in the end as well. Gold has slimmed out. I have to be genuine with Team Heretics. No word to describe that better than that noise. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Carl Carlson. Forever our best mic check we've had in the LEC. I just don't know. Just wasn't expecting it. I don't know what to say.
The moment is immortalized that you have killed the GOAT of LEC for the first time in a solo outplay, and that is not going to be connected forever. Oh, what a legend.
You know what? Even if you don't win this game, you've got that. It's an 8k gold lead in G2. They've got the Baron, no Ocean Souls. Probably nice for Team Heretics to go up against, but the range, the poke, it hurts too much. Caps looking for an angle, and Carl looking to negate exactly that. Over from Broken Blade, who's gone into Mega Nah as well. The turret now dead, and Inhibitor turret. Now that that's opened up, Inhibitor's a freebie. Another one goes. There you go. Makes it that easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, they just got to continue this. There's very little that Heretics can really do. You have a 3-item Camille that at least could potentially one-shot Hans Sama, and I think that might be what they're trying to set up here, but I just don't think he covered the rest of the fight after.
God, slow and steady does it, doesn't it? The range is so abusive, and Caps He just comes in off an angle, threatening to go all in and send it down. One Nexus turret dropping down, one sits up only barely above ground. Team Heretics, it was a noble recovery, or whatever you want to call it, a noble stance, but G2 are oppressive. Golden goes Sheo, Sten is the middle of it all, but Carlson holds his backline. LeBron won't let him get near the Han Summer. Broken Blade once again sets up a three-man ulti, keeps him at bay, and G2 in 33 minutes make game one an easy day.
G2 may have won the battle, but Carlson won the war.
For Sten.
This is okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so Renekton kind of same idea as the Volley Bear. Hey, you win early against the Ambessa, but I have a feeling this Pyke is going to spend a lot of time up on this top side of the map trying to help out Carlson. So I think Broken Blade going to need as many wards reset, which opens up Skewman to go bot. Will be spotted on a ward though. Yeah,
but how quick can they go? I mean, LeBron might die in the process as well. Ghost Water Dive sets up a Phantom Undertow, but there is no Toad left standing, and Sten has no target, but might have to run for his life, but he can't because his flash is down. It's a great root caller. Skewman though, the hook on the dying breath, double buff. So
I was kind of saying I want to see a top side because Carlson. Wait, that's 6 for BB.
Yeah, because Carlson, he's not level 6 himself. Dominus was just used. TPing in the middle of the wave versus Renekton as Carlson has the ulti, but if he goes back in, he'll die. Meanwhile, we're fighting elsewhere. Let's look towards the bottom lane. Sheo has got, again, a painter's mark on his head. Suppressed, luckily, but LeBron goes popping the weasel. The Chaos Storm is out. Not enough damage, but Bone Skewer to help out. That's great for Team Heretics. One on the...
Can't be giving out free advertisements like this, lads. What's happening over here? But either way, it's going to be the point group started up here. G2 in a decent spot. Severin both going to be able to finish off one. Skewmond, no flash available, so Shale should at least be able to get the second one for themselves. As Zabrov just going to stun up Stend. He's not really underneath the tower though, which means he should be okay, but...
Pop one out as Broken Blade's got a full fury bar. That Rain of Anger won't hold itself, and Daisy now interrupts. Let's play a game of Candy Crush as Carlson set up against the wall. In reverse, it'll happen down bot side, but the ulti sends out. Skewmon under turret, flushes away. In the end, though, Broken Blade will find the kill. Bullet time, though, is unleashed. Under turret, the stun under from the probe. Makes it a better trade for G2. Caught me off guard.
Yeah, the fact that you get that lockup from Sheo into the combo from Blackett means...
Maybe a pick, a Bone Skewer in, and he's looking for that execute with Halo Blades. Eclipse gets in the way for now, but Sten still holds on to that death from below as Dominus pops out. Broken Blade's going to 1v3 onto Sten. He gets away, he pops the ulti. It still comes through, so there's a reset handy, but Broken Blade's defense is for naught.
BB tried, but just wasn't enough in the tank, but you also brought LeBron up to that top side to try and help out too, so he's a bit of no man's land now as Hansama trying to get something back in the bot lane, but that's a ton of turret plates gone. And also now, you're giving that kill across.
Camilo, though, speaking of no man's land, he might be caught out. Spiraling Despair is going to AoE to Paradise. Impale used, but Camilo not there to lend a helping.
They haven't really broken this game open into a position where it's like, okay, now they can continue through that picks, but...
Holy.
Wait a second.
That's some Ambassador damage. The only difference is Broken Blade can shred through the Eclipse, and now that shield bash is down for a little bit. We'll see Carlson pull back. Never mind, he's got Sheo with him, so he's going to go on in. But Skewmon's there, interrupts, and that Ruthless Predator needed. But again, Sheo's in the way. A nice little heart seal will come through from Sheo, but Broken Blade just looks for the original target. Sheo's in the way again, but to their success, you don't mess with the Candy Crush King for a double setup.
The brush. And now Cap stop side.
It's Solar Flare. It's an Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Sten can't move. Easy kill.
Looking for the bot tower. Broken Blade has nothing left in the tank. He might be able to just barely get this. Yeah, should do.
Wait for Gravity Field to go down though. There might be an E through minions. However, Skarner is...
I think that's just going to be the play. I think G2 may have stumbled a little bit here. They're trying to run away.
There's no stun. There's no field. Camilo doesn't find his mark. Hansama has to sidestep, and he does so well. The arrow came out as well. 3 members of Team Heretic commit. Did you share? I mean, Herald is going to go down for it, but solo turret plate gold. What am I talking about? Solo turret to Broken Blade in the end is Sten. Hello, he wants a piece, and now with the setup of Engage, LeBron wants another one on the way back. Skewmon sets up, Root Caller's good, Daisy comes out as well, Impale, you'd say fantastic, but Sheo just can't move. Range from Hansama, crucial here. The zone control ends up, but another Root Caller. And Shale will drop to the ground. How easy does Skewmon make it look?
Great turnaround by G2. The fact that, as you said, Asterix, there was no real lockdown as G2 were running away meant they got to clear out the majority of the wave. Broken Blade gets that tier 1 bot lane and now TP to mid lane to maybe look for a bit more.
Oh, they know he's there. I mean, Camilo's just engaged on solo play. He won't have a chance. They thought G2 backed away.
Side 3 members of G2. Sten needs to be careful here. They don't want to, like, they have given up top tower. I thought we just see G2.
The team Heretics can start punishing.
Yeah, you do have the wave clear from Caps plus Lebrov and Broken Blade to try and help out. So I think he should be relatively okay, but Lebrov, this is not the route you want to take. Oh, good ward spot now. And they're moving multiple members now in to defend that play, but I think it should fall with this one.
Should indeed. I mean, misfortune damage big, but under the turret, Sten starts off the engage, getting solar flared. Impales only a one-man, but again, it's all onto Lebrov. Broken Blade comes in with a flank, and it looks like a horrendous fight for Team Heretics. While the turret may go down, all members are starting to drop like flies as well. Sheo, Camilo, first off the list. Sten gets low, has to retreat, and G2 taking the fight over the objective as the hook comes in, but Sten can't stick around. Blackett just gets autoed, and with an Ivan, how easy is it? Sticking around might not be the right call, as Sten even finding a hook here. You never know what's going to come next. Turret in response for G2. That's right. Yeah. Whenever I see a knife, that's not a knife. That's in my head constantly as Daisy comes out. And at 8K, let's fight. Broken Blade and Carlson are going to deal with each other while this makes a 4v4 head-on collision. Bone Skewer comes out, finds Skewmon, but a root caller sets up. The arrow in backline is onto the Dragons. The new target for G2. Sheo gets unending despaired, or rather spiraling. And Dragon goes down. Okay, Lebrov gets bone skewered in. He gets a stun, he gets everything off, and maybe that would be okay. It's a bullet time. It's the response. Hansama tries to step forward onto Blackett, but it's dangerous territory. Root call is great as well. Sheo just Tokyo drifted to death. Bro fell off the building as G2 have won the fight, got the Dragon. It might look messy, but with only Lebrov dying, I guarantee you it's so much better. As Broken Blade going to take this 1v1. Carlson feels confident. 10 stacks, and sure that's to grow as Broken Blade versus Carlson. Let's have a look. Dominus going to be used. Blackett is down here though, so the perfect execution is knifed, but Broken Blade has the Sterix gauge and wait for the Q. He launches, takes it. Blackett gets arrowed. Hard summer from downtown, and Broken Blade is sitting on him.
I don't think Heretics are ready for it.
Lebrov's going to zone off. Sten walks in, and it's all he can do. Lebrov just walks away and beats a nuisance while Camilo sets up and sets a gravity field. Broken Blade is now TP'd in, ready to zone away. Baron, down it goes. Sheo has to run.
Yeah, we talked about the bromance between Broken Blade and Blackett. Well,
our here, okay? Our here, our MF.
Nailed him.
I want more for that. Give me more. I want to hear the night. Because there's no way that wasn't Scream. That was an insane arrow.
Maybe we just Broken Blade's perspective wasn't safe for the...
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. Okay, Broken Blade, I mean, he's going to jump in under turret, and Team Heretics, you look at this, like, how many times you get the bullet time? There's one, but it's not going to do too much. Chaostorm comes through it again. Sterix Gauge in the way while Carlson teleported into the middle of all. He gets spiraling despaired, and G2 6000 get the real door. I mean, for Team Heretics, it's been a battle well fought, but where do you get the key from? 10K for the Dragon. G2 started this off. This is their soul. Sheo needs a steal, but Team Heretics need a plan. 4K, 3K, Daisy out. Root caller again. Lebrov in the way. Soul, even though it was a late smite, or at least it looked janky, it doesn't matter. Sheo flashed in for the attempted steal, but with Infernal Soul, the chase begins. Camilo running, and that's all he can do. Skewmon running outside the outskirts of the gravity field while Lebrov keeps Team Heretics at bay. An arrow's going to fly and go nowhere, but Camilo on the spot will die right there. We put a marker down, and G2 continue their onslaught.
And they're going to continue marching this wave down the bottom side. There is a tier 2 tower, but I don't think it's going to be standing for very long. Blackett has ult. The Baron has worn off, so he can at least clear the wave if he's allowed to stand still, and Hansama doesn't want to let him.
I mean, there's so much damage that comes out with Redemption as well. Skewmon just tanks it up for the time being. Blackett almost dies to a Severing Bolt, and look at Broken Blade. Okay, you do not want him near you. Sten tries to get near, he'll get spotted out, and everyone's launching on him. Flashes away while Carlson now in the midst of it as well. Arrow flies out, Camilo's now caught out, and he doesn't have Merc Tread, so with a Solar Flare on top, he's just dead. Now Chaostorm just going to tickle G2, while that thought of tickling Atakan comes up next.
Hands the tails.
The spirit comes out and like, oh, what's your Patronus? There's some little gremlin yodel. But just if you didn't know, the way we're setting this up is that as that arrow flies through, there's a lot more tools that G2 can launch at, and Camilo cannot play the game. One of the problems with Victor is that he might look good walking, but when he stands still, he's through. G2 go and go flawless in the split. Hysterics? No, I haven't actually. It's interesting. How would they do that, Jake? Well, I can answer that for you. He does have Merc Treads. That does make a difference. As Red Bull Baron power play is ready to shepherd us into another 2-0. It's going home time soon. It's been a quick night.
Yeah, 25-8.
Yeah.
Well, G2 want to try and finish off LeBron. That's not exactly the way you want to try and finish this out, but Stend does end up overextending to try and make that play happen. And now G2 going to continue the push through on the top side.
It's just Ivan's shield, just when you think they're dead as the Impale comes in. I mean, LeBron again, he'll just get a shield, he'll walk up. Redemption does a little bit of that magic as well. Camilo just gets autoed down by Han Summer. Look at the spacing from this guy. Ulti comes out from Carlson with the whole team's dead. Bullet time might look great, but Carlson has already dropped into the dirt. 2 members left standing in G2. When people question who the best team in Europe is, you just got to come back to the old faithful, the usual. G2 starting 2-0 at the beginning of week 2. As Flacker drops as well. They're just that good. When you doubt them in winter, when they don't make it to first stand, it doesn't matter, they come back, and in spring they're bloody good again.